Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at the wrong side of the phone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy, Nicholas Gray, aka Spooky Noodles, and I don't really like promoting myself. There, I said it. Not a big guy when it comes to promoting. I'll promote other people all the time. I'll tell people this so-and-so book was great, and I will rave about books that I love, and I'll rave about authors I love, but I cannot do that same thing to me. I can't go out there and be like, yo, I just wrote an amazing story, you gotta read it. I just don't feel like I ever write amazing stories. I feel like my stories are, well, let's not dog on myself here. The point is, I'm not very good at self-promotion. But then I realized I have a whole YouTube channel with, like, I don't know how many subscribers, but I get a little bit of views every once in a while. And yeah, I'm also going to do a quick short video to promote this book, but I just released a book, Grayscale, by me, Nicholas Gray. Now, if you don't know, all my collections have a gray and then something else, you know, like Gray's Anatomy, Gray Matter, you know, Grayscale, if you will. I should have named my alien book The Grays, but I did Tales for Your Abduction because I just think that's better. But yeah, anyways, Grayscale. Now, I did do a few things. I changed a few things. For one, I made the font a little bigger because I myself was having trouble reading my own work, getting a headache from reading such little letters, really having to zoom in with my eyes, and ooh. So I increased the word size a little bit, not too much, but it does fill out the pages a little bit, and it made the book go from 108 pages to 140 pages, so yeah, it did pad the book a little bit, but this collection has stories such as, which I think is a really fun story, but I'm kind of biased because I am the author, but, you know, Security Feed is probably the second best story in this collection. We got Dude, Where Are My Shoes? I Created a Monster was one of my first tales I ever wrote, and I finally put it in a book. So Troller Coaster, wrote that for an anthology that I didn't get into. You've Earned It, wrote that for an anthology I did get into. Candy Corn Teeth, which it happens, I believe that happens to be either the first or second longest story in this collection. Probably the first. It's probably the first longest. It's like 30 pages long. I can actually check. Yeah. Candy Corn Teeth is by far the longest story in this collection. And then you got The Exhibit. I'm not going to ruin that for you, but it's a fun one. It's about a mummy. And then Insectivorous. That one I had a little bit of fun with. I don't know what to make of it, but you'll love it, I think. And yeah. I put my Splatter Ink Publishing logo at the bottom here. I'm going to do that for all my new books from here on out. And yeah, well, this is Grayscale by me. You also get some images. Well, firstly, here's the beginning. Grayscale, Nicholas Gray. If I can flip the pages, my fingers are so dry. It's got images too. It only has 2 images. Let's not act like every story gets an image, but pretty fun stuff. I think I did a really good job. This is probably one of my best collections up to date. I did want to add like 2 more stories in this thing, but I think I asked my editor way too late to edit those stories and then throw them into this collection, so I kind of put too much pressure on her, and so I ended up not putting those 2 stories. Maybe this is a little bit far-fetched, like maybe I shouldn't say this already so soon, but I already have, or maybe not far-fetched, but you know what I mean. I have another collection I'm writing right now, and I'm thinking about calling it The Gray Area, but I haven't really decided yet. I've already looked at some covers for it. I already have a story written for it, and then a second story is coming on the way. It's almost done. I'll put this book down for right now. But yeah, I have another collection coming on the way. It's going to have a story called The Nightwalker in it. I think that story is a beautiful tale. It doesn't start off that way, but you'll see when you read it, it's a beautiful tale in a way. Then you got the other story that I'm currently writing called Android 6009. Might change the title to something else, but I haven't decided yet. That one I'm writing right now. And then I might throw in a third story. It's going to be a very short collection, but each story is going to be a little longer. Like Nightwalker's like 10,000 words. The one I'm currently writing is around 6,000 words. So they're both going to be a little longer. And I'm thinking about throwing in another story, which is, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called. I can remember the whole freaking story, but I can't remember what it's called. Hold on one second. I know I got it on my computer somewhere. Sorry if you can hear the clicking. I can't find it. Got it. Philip's Phantom Preservation. That's what it was. That story right there is going to be so much fun to finish. So those are the 3 stories so far in the collection. Philip's Phantom Preservation, Android 6009, and The Night Walker. Now, the Night Walker is actually set up in my fictional town that I made up called Black Creek. I actually wrote a whole novel based on Black Creek. It's, well, based in Black Creek, not based on. It's based in Black Creek, Michigan. It's not a real place. It's fictional. If it is a real place, then I didn't mean to do that, but The Night Walker is a good one. I really liked what I did with that one. By the way, the novel I wrote is called Symbiotic. I have a cover for it. I've talked about it extensively on my channel before, but yeah, I wrote a whole novel, 58,000 words, I think it was. I just never saw the light of day because I don't think it's good enough for the light of day. The story itself is good. It gets off the rail near the end because I really was dragging it out. It took me I think it took me 5 years to write. I started it from the first day I started writing, basically, all the way up to a few years ago. I finished it. And there was some issues, like, I think since I didn't live an average child's life, I didn't realize that certain things happen at certain ages. So, like, I had them getting their license or being able to drive way before they were eligible for driving. My editor pointed that out, and I had to fix that. It's a small fix, but it could really deter the whole story when you do that. You gotta change their whole age and their whole demeanors, you know. They can't act like kids anymore. They gotta act like 16-year-olds, you know. So, you know, there's a lot to be fixed in that story, just like that, those types of things. But for the most part, it just was a lot to fix, and 58,000 words to look over is going to take a long time to look over, so I just kind of abandoned the project. I'm going to hop back into it one day and really go to town on rewriting it, because I think the story itself is good and it deserves to see the light of day. It was a coming-of-age story, which I'm really good with coming-of-age stories. I even have another coming-of-age story that's like at like 20,000 words right now. That one is called Cosmic Bullying. That one's going well. I need to finish that one soon. But yeah, Gray Area. That's the new book that I'm going to be making. And this is the current book I wrote. Wayne Fenlon did the cover for this. Now, I had an original cover for this made by somebody. And at the very last minute, I was like, I don't like it. And I kind of voiced my concern with my friend. And he made this cover for me. Well, I didn't really raise a concern. I just showed him it, and I was like, I'm not really too fond of the cover, but it fits the stories, so it works. And then he made me this cover, which I like a ton more. It looks way more professional. And yeah, I don't know if I like necessarily how it was sized onto the book, but that's okay. It still, to me, it looks really good. But yeah. So the people who were, well, I can share. I don't know if they really want to be shouted out. The editor who edited this is no longer an editor. They proofread. So it was edited by Dagan Boyd. Hope I'm saying their name right. Illustrations by Anton Rozovsky. He's on Fiverr. Typography by Mothra Studio. I wish I could have gave them proper credit because I just gave them Mothra Studio. But that's it. You'll find them on Fiverr if you look for them. Don Noble did the cover wrap, and the book cover, like I said, was by Wayne Fenlon. So that is Grayscale. Yeah, I think this is it for me for today. Like I said, I'm working on a new collection called Gray Area. I don't know if the actual title of the collection is going to remain the Gray Area, because my idea for the collection was that every story is going to have like a little bit of a gray area, and you got to like, I don't know. There was an idea there, but now I'm thinking maybe I should change it to something else. I don't know. But 2 of the stories, Android 6009, oops, phone's dying. Android 6009 and The Night Walker are really good stories. I think I did a really good job with these stories. Like I said, one story right now it's almost at 7,000 words. My Android 6009 story. And then Night Walker, how many words is that one at? Dang it, I just closed out of it. Go back. Let's see here. Yeah, it's 10,789 words. So that's like 17,700 words. And then You have Phantom's Preservation, which I'm not sure how long that one is, but it still has a lot to go. I still have to write the best part of the story, but I just kind of had a brain fart while writing it, and I was just like, how do I want to end this? I didn't know if I wanted it to end a certain way or not, but this one's also at 7,000 words, so, you know, three pretty long stories. Probably all together, when you add the afterword and the about the author, the dedication, you know, the epigraph, you know, all that stuff, it's probably going to be around 30,000 words long. Now, those actual words don't matter because, you know, most of those words don't pertain to the story, but, you know, when you talk about it, you know, you just leave those things out. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a bigger collection with only 3 stories. So right now it's not going to be a huge collection, but I think I want to add one more story, make it a 4-story collection. And yeah, I don't know. I'm still thinking. It's the gears are turning, and I'm going to create something special, I think. We'll see. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. I personally am having an okay day. I watched my Pistons play yesterday, and, well, we lost. Barely, but still, we lost. We didn't play the most convincing basketball, so, of course, we didn't win, but we've been playing very good against the same team. We just gotta... Sorry. We just gotta lock in a little bit and get them on their heels again, because they played very good at home for some reason. But anyways, I have a whole stack of books over there that I still have to do a book mail video for. I might split it up in 2 different halves so I don't have to do it all in one day, or just make 2 different book mail videos. Still kind of thinking about that one, but it's a big stack of books. I just don't feel like doing it at the moment. Talking about books, I'm very tired as of late, and I'm not even working that much right now. It's kind of more of a mental thing, if you will. My brain has just not been kind to myself. I've just not been kind to myself, and I need to be better. But yeah, I might shoot a book mail video after this video, but I did want to give myself a shout out and maybe promote a little bit. But yeah, Grayscale, here, I'll show it again. Grayscale by me, Nicholas Gray, is out now on Amazon. And I will say, this book is very hard to find on Amazon because Amazon buried it. And I don't know why they buried it, but they did. They buried it very deep into the site. And you cannot find it if you search my name, if you search the name of this book, if you search the name of this book and my name, if you search the name of the book and put book, it won't come up. Nothing comes up. So if you need a link, I will drop one in the description. And yeah, it sucks that you can't find my book, but it is what it is. I'm going to look up and see if I can just find it generic or find it organically, but for the most part, you can't find this book online. And I've tried to tag the hell out of this book, you know, but it is what it is. Yeah, but that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys are having a great day, continue having a great day. If you guys are having a bad day, change that bad day into a good day and have a great day, all right? I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope we have a spooky night, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out, guys.